Well, we'll find out tonight if the Detroit Red Wings will have the rights to draft first overall this fall and land premier prospect Alexis Lafreniere as the NHL holds its draft lottery tonight at 8 live on NBCSN. And the great and longtime radio voice of the Detroit Red Wings, Ken Kal, kind enough to join us now. And Ken, what's the vibe like in Detroit heading into the lottery tonight?
Well, we're all excited, obviously. This is the first big news of the offseason, I guess, for the Detroit Red Wings. And obviously the rebuild is going on, and it all starts with how you draft players. So we're looking forward to the draft tonight, and hopefully the Red Wings can land that #1 position.
Yeah, sure would be nice to add a guy like that to the rebuild. That certainly helps it. But as you and I have talked before, Ken, even if they don't have lottery luck tonight, I mean, there's no guarantees, but odds are you're going to get a really good player anywhere in the top 4 in this draft.
Well, you're absolutely right about that, Larry. And, again, there's no guarantees in the draft. And in the past, that the #1 pick sometime doesn't turn out. But I think Lafreniere is going to be a really good hockey player. But you never know. Steve Yzerman went 4th in his draft year, and he turned out to be a very solid player. But you're absolutely right. They're in the top 4 or 5 picks this year. The Red Wings are going to get a good player, whether it's a forward or a defenseman. We'll just have to wait and see. But, if they don't land that #1 pick, you're going to get a solid player in any event.
Unfortunately, it's maybe a long time before we see the Red Wings again. How disappointed are you and the team about not being a part of what hopefully will be these upcoming playoffs? And how much of that focus now, Ken, in that front office there is turned right now on next season and getting going for that?
Well, obviously, I think everybody is disappointed, especially the teams that won't be participating in the playoffs when they resume to finish the 2019 campaign. But you know what? I really thought that maybe because of all this, everybody would be invited to some type of tournament. And, maybe the teams that finished in the bottom 7 would have an opportunity to at least compete and give their fans some more hockey to conclude the 2019 season. Obviously, that's not going to happen. So with that said, the Red Wings have to just focus on next season, whenever that'll start. And it all starts with the draft coming up tonight.
And obviously, the team really needs to rebuild its defensive core. Ken, Mo Seider made such a huge positive impression here in Grand Rapids this season. How excited is the team and maybe the fans in the Detroit area about possibly seeing Mo in a Red Wings uniform next time you guys play?
Well, obviously, you and Bob Kaiser have seen Mo Seider more than we have here in Detroit, but I can tell you we've been keeping tabs on Mo Seider, and he really had a good season. Now, the thing to remember is that a position with the Red Wings coming up in the next training camp, you have to earn it. And obviously, the position's not going to be given to a Mo Seider. He has to earn that position and really beat out some of the other players back there on the blue line. With that said, he's got all the tools, I believe. So whether it's this year or in future years, we'll have to wait and see. But certainly he's got the size, he's got the smarts. He's going to be a top blue liner for the Red Wings in the years to come, and hopefully sooner rather than later, because the Red Wings do need some help there on the blue line. And Mo Seider down the road certainly is going to help this team.
Yes, he will. Great personality as well. Mo, of course, the top pick last year. We'll see where the Wings land or who they land in the draft after the lottery tonight. Ken, we miss hearing you on the air, my friend. Thanks for taking the time today, and we hope to see you back in the booth soon.
Thanks, Larry. Always a pleasure.